Minnesota TwinStars. I'm Cole Erickson. By my side tonight is Brett Ledoux. Looks to be about 80 degrees outside, slight wind coming across the field. I think it will be a good game, Brett. What do you think?
I think it will be too. Looking at this game for the Minneapolis City, it's a huge game for them, as right now they are 3 points back of the leaders going into the final two games. And if they win tonight, on Saturday they go down to Met City, and the winner of that game gets a automatic berth into the playoffs.
Gotcha. So it sounds like a must-win game for City today.
Very much so.
And I think if they did manage to win this game and the results don't go their way on Saturday, it becomes, we start talking about tiebreakers. It starts getting very confusing. Is that right?
Yeah, if they win today, they're in a three-way tie, and with Dakota Fusion only a point behind them in fourth place. So only the top two teams go to the playoffs, so really anything can happen going into the last day.
Gotcha. Very, very tight. Well, while the players are out on the field, we'll run through the starting lineups for Minneapolis City. This is in no particular order. Your starters for Minneapolis City are Charlie Adams, Abdallah Ba, Trey Benhart, Whitney Brown, Matt Elder, Kevin Hoof, Max Kent, Will Kidd, Brian Lopez, Ian Smith, and Miles Stockman-Willis. Now, the last home matchup, Miles Stockman-Willis, I believe, had 4 goals in that game. And it looks to be that he's slotted in the midfield this time, so I think he's due for another big performance.
Yeah, he had a nice first half hat trick last time out, and it was against lacrosse, who isn't the greatest team ever, but he really put himself in a good place going forward.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think this one will be close, and I think we have quite the game on our hands. There seemed to be quite a bit of faithful out today, the last home game for Minneapolis City, so it should be a good one.
It should. The TwinStars have a lot of youth on their team. A lot of them are going to be somewhere in college right now, and they're starting 11.
Yeah, and I think if you go back to the last time these two teams faced off in Minnetonka, it was a home game for the Minnesota TwinStars. It ended in quite a weird way, if you recall. The ref ended with what the scoreboard said was 89 minutes and 30 seconds. There was probably about 5 minutes that needed to be added, but he blew the whistle 3 times. Then after a red card, the game resumed. So I think these teams, it could be a very physical affair because of the way the last one ended.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the weirdest endings I've ever seen. And it was overall it was a very good game, and this one should be as well.
Yeah, so going through the handshakes here before we get started, and we'll be on our way.
It's a great night for some soccer.
Yeah, and like I said before, it's pretty warm. It's 80 degrees on the turf. It's probably a little bit warmer than that, but as the night goes on and the sun starts to set, it's supposed to cool down to about 70 degrees, so the players shouldn't have too much to worry about in terms of legs. And again, this is a turf field, if you couldn't tell on the stream, so there's no excuse from the players in terms of the quality of the pitch.
No, it should be a good night. The ball will move fast. Both teams are very young, so I would expect a very fast-paced game going forward.
So it looks like we'll get the pregame photo for City, maybe some quick pleasantries between them. We'll be right on our way. Tonight's captain for Minneapolis City, Matt Elder. Not surprising. The captain for the Minnesota TwinStars, Kareem Darbaki. So yeah. Just a reminder for those tuning in, Minneapolis City wearing the white tops, black shorts. Minnesota TwinStars will be wearing the red tops, white shorts. It looks to be that Minneapolis City will attack from your left side of the screen to the right side of the screen tonight, while the TwinStars will attack from the right to the left. Yeah, and I think a comment on the City lineup. So we'll see how they actually line up, obviously before kickoff. But I think Miles Stockman-Willis had been starting up at forward because he had been scoring all those goals. I believe with Whitney Brown in the lineup for City, I think that he will actually be running up top, and Miles will probably slot back into the midfield. But we'll have a better look at it right now. Not surprisingly, Will Kidd on the right wing. And it looks like Miles will go up top, at least for the kickoff. Abdallah Ba on the left wing. Maybe in the middle.
It's looking like Whitney Brown will be out on the left wing to start.
Yeah, it looks like Minneapolis City will come out of 4-3-3 then, which isn't surprising. Will Kidd on the wing, Whitney Brown on the wing, a lot of pace on the wings for City. Again, the point man Miles Stockman-Willis has been on fire, which I think is the right decision from Priddle.
Especially with how important these last 2 games are. He definitely wants to keep the hot foot going up top.
Yeah, we'll see how the first 5 minutes end up. I think it's going to be pretty intense, pretty physical, especially to start with. I don't think either team wants another side to get into a rhythm.
Even though the TwinStars have been eliminated from getting playoff contention, they definitely want to be able to play spoiler tonight on a crosstown rival.
I believe it. And we're underway. Ball goes straight back to Ben Hart, finds Ian Smith in the middle. Go out wide to Max Kent. Has a little bit of space on the ball. Lumps it forward. Looks like he was looking for Miles Stockman-Willis, but goes out of bounds for a TwinStars throw-in. Charlie Adams goes back to Kent. Couldn't quite find Lopez in the middle. Drops to the TwinStars. TwinStars go back to Teskey, the keeper.
I won't be surprised if they go back to Teskey a lot today. He is very good with his feet, can play out of the back well.
TwinStars will keep possession in the back in their own third. Finding it through. Looks to be through to the right winger, but again, couldn't quite keep possession. It's out for a City throw-in. This is hoofed on the left side for Minneapolis City. Looks like Ba's short. He'll throw it past Whitney into Stockman-Willis, who finds Lopez in the middle. Ba out to Ian Smith. To Kent. Go wide to Adams. Slightly dispossessed into Darbaki's feet, and TwinStars have possession. It's one off him, though, by Ba. Does well. And he'll clear his lines out for a TwinStars throw-in. TwinStars keep possession. Miles Stockman-Willis providing a little bit of pressure. Kevin Hoof will look to slightly clear lines as it drops to Ba. Charlie Adams on the ball. Go to Kent. Back into Ba. Finds Willis in the middle. A little bit of space here.
That's a nice little bit of skill right there.
That one's out for a TwinStars throw-in. Again, three players pressing there for City. Looks like failed flick attempt. Finds it at Ian Smith's feet. Out to Lopez. That's cut out by the TwinStars.
It's been a little bit of a sloppy start for Minneapolis City. Not really connecting passes that well.
Yeah, I think both teams have connected in their defensive third, but in terms of attacking, I would agree, certainly. TwinStars will slow it down with possession in their own third. They'll swing through the center back. Little pressure from City. Can walk it up. Big ball in. Onsides, the TwinStars attacker. And goes out for a Minneapolis City goal kick.
Seems that both teams have some real good pace on the wings tonight, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of those long balls down the wings.
Yeah, it's definitely been direct from TwinStars to start. But again, both sides haven't been able to really get going. Edor to kick. Lopez up for the header, flicks. Looks to be a City throw-in. Hoof to take. Looked like he tried to find Miles, but found the TwinStars defender who knocked it out of bounds for a throw-in. Miles collects deeper, finds Smith. Smith, with only a few options, goes back to Ben Hart, who clips it into Will Kidd. And just a little bit too much, but deep throw in for the Minnesota TwinStars. Long throw forward. Darbaki knocks on. City semi-wins the ball, falls to Kidd's feet. He'll turn back, finds Ian Smith in the middle. Looks for Whitney Brown, dispossessed, but it falls to Hoof. He'll go to Brown. Looks for the big ball Kidd, and that drops to Teskey's hands. TwinStars to build. They'll go through the center back. Cheap giveaway. This is Will Kidd driving with pace. Knocks it to the middle. It's Lopez. TwinStars do well to win out. But again, Ian Smith does better. He's out on the wing. Finds Lopez. Out to Brown. He's quick on the ball. Stockman Willis unable to flick on. But again, danger's not cleared. Oh.
TwinStars playing a dangerous game there, trying to possess it out of their back.
Yeah, I think it's a high risk, very little reward for passes in your own six. It will be the first corner for Minneapolis City. Looks like Abdallah Ba to take. Whipped in. Lopez unable to get there, but it will fall to Charlie Adams with a lot of time. He beats one defender, clips through. Teskey able to collect. Big ball in for TwinStars, but that's cut out by Max Kent, who finds Lopez. Tried to clip Will Kidd through, just couldn't quite get it. And TwinStars find the ball with a little bit of possession here. Foul on Lopez. Wasn't a bad one.
No,
Little clip.
Not bad, but definitely reached for him. Got him on the leg.
TwinStars will go with a quick restart. Again, looking forward for that big ball in. They have a runner to support it, though. Hoof will do battle. Brown comes back to help to defend. And Ben Hart shields the ball out for a Minneapolis City goal kick.
TwinStars have definitely continued their style of trying to play long balls. They're going very direct right now.
Yeah, it's been consistent, actually. It looks to be, if the defensive center mid gets the ball.
He's looking to the corners almost every time.
Exactly, or the backs for that matter. Cheap giveaway for City. Falls right to the TwinStars attackers. Will Kidd does well to challenge, but drops to the TwinStars again. Ball in. Darbaki flicks it on.
Offsides.
And offsides, that one won't count.
City got a little lucky there, especially with the cheap giveaway to really start that build-up.
Yeah, I think they were fortunate to to get the offsides. He definitely looked to be a couple yards off, but in your own third, you don't want to give the ball to the opposing team. Ba looks to flick. Challenges. He'll keep the ball. Finds Stockman Willis, who goes right by the TwinStars defender. And just nearly cut out by the center back. It's a City throw-in. Ba finds Brown. Flicks it up. And it drops to the TwinStars attackers. Darbaki finds another attacking midfielder. Will Kidd does well to defend, and Max Kent will clear. Couldn't quite fully clear the lines though, and it looks to be a player down. Yep, in the right corner, I believe it's Brown is not quite getting up. He's on the close to the 18-yard box of the TwinStars, and again we'll remember that collision. Looked like a pretty big one between the defender and Brown.
It's hard to tell from here what part of him is actually being hurt right now.
But yeah, definitely slow to get up. Looks like he'll probably stay on the field. I think that one, again, he popped that one up to himself and was unlucky. The defender got the better of him there, but he's walking. So we're hoping that recovery soon. Minneapolis City will throw back to the TwinStars, and we'll start.
Looks like he probably got a dead leg somewhere right on his quad by the looks of what the trainer's doing.
TwinStars in possession. They'll keep the ball. City keeping the line back close to that 35-yard line, but ball clipped in here. Max Kent chasing, wins the ball, and he'll shield it out for a corner kick. Again, City unlucky there. And TwinStars will load in the box. I think in terms of height, they'll go short here. Ball on the top of the box. They go wide. Ball's clipped in. Max Kent clearing header. Bach heads again. And Brown on the chase to defend. City still defending. And it goes out for a goal kick. Brown putting in the work to win the goal kick out for City.
When it comes to corners this game, the Minneapolis City definitely have the height advantage. It only looks like the TwinStars have one or two guys that really could challenge for balls in there.
Yeah, certainly. And considering the success that Ben Hart's had on the attacking side of the field, you got to imagine that once City's able to get forward, they'll roll up the center backs and see what they can do. This is Ba in the middle. Looks for Will Kidd out wide. Finds Ian Smith to Lopez. He gets tracked by a TwinStars defender. Still bouncing. And it's a foul. It'll be a free kick to Minneapolis City. Looks to be that last kick on Lopez. And again, I think this is a perfect example of when City would want to potentially roll up one of the center backs. But
especially with the TwinStars not really holding anyone high right now.
Looks like Ben Hart will lumber up, and it's Abdallah Ba to take. He's looking to clip this one probably on the 6, just past where that defensive line's being held. Lofted ball, drops to Will Kidd. Good touch. He'll go around the corner, whips the ball in, cleared for a Minneapolis City corner. It's Abdallah Ba to take this corner again. Both Kent and Ben Hart in the mixer. Ball's whipped in. No one to challenge, but drops to Brown. Is dispossessed. Hooft challenges. And it's a foot race between Hooft and a TwinStars attacker. Again, they're on the break here. A little bit of time and space for the TwinStars attacker. He'll go for top of the box. Shot and save. Big save. Matt Elder goes out for a TwinStars corner.
That right there is a perfect example of why TwinStars have been playing so direct. They have great pace and some pretty technical players on the wing that can change the game just like that.
And the corner comes in and slightly cleared out. Ball still in the mix. Will Kidd up for a header. Danger not quite cleared. Ball will get pumped back in. Max Kent with a big header. Falls to Ba. Lopez finds Kidd. City on the counter now. A little bit of footwork. Looks for Stockman Willis. Couldn't quite make it there. And a giveaway from the TwinStars, but they'll find in possession again. And again, another counterattack for the TwinStars, but cut out by Adams. Ian Smith looks to win. Drops to Darbaki now. And he'll go back. Pretty frantic last 5 minutes with those two corners and the counterattacks.
It's turned into a very up and down game, kind of a track meet.
Certainly exciting. Certainly good for the fans. TwinStars with possession. We go back to the center back. Stockman Willis almost able to cut it out, and he'll have to clear it for a City throw-in. This is Charlie Adams on the right wing. Ball into Kidd's feet. He finds Willis in the middle off a very good first time. Lopez trying to slot Brown in, but unable to. Ian Smith, right spot, right time, and he'll keep possession for City. Drops it back for Benhart. Benhart finds Lopez in the middle. Up to Brown, who's getting chased and dispossessed. Ba does just too much there. And TwinStars with a quick restart to the left corner. And that ball will go out for a City throw-in.
Minneapolis City has been a little sloppy out of the back. It almost looks like their center backs are being a little lackadaisical.
Max Kent finding himself forward, but looks like Stockman Willis knew he was offsides, so he held up the run. I anticipate a quick restart for the TwinStars. That's how they've been running the free kicks, the restarts. But this one actually slowed down a little bit, as we have a player down for the TwinStars. That would be the reason why they're not going with the quick restart. He's back on his feet. Cordon, I believe the player was down for the TwinStars. As we start back up in possession in the defensive third for the TwinStars. Good ball in the middle, but not quite. Either team not quite connecting in that middle third. And another big ball from the TwinStars, and that's easily won by Kevin Hooft. And Brown will nod it on, but it was just out of bounds for a TwinStars throw-in. It's like a scuffle for the ball. It will be a free kick for the TwinStars. They'll load in the box as City looks to defend. Not quite the greatest ball in. It's won by, I believe it was Hoofed, and Brown's on the attack. He goes wide to Kidd. He's got a bit of space. Unable to beat the TwinStars defender. And they're back to the attack, but Hoof finds Stockman Willis, who flick onto Lopez. But couldn't quite connect. And again, the up and back game continues as TwinStars are down the right wing. We'll go back to Darbaki. Drives to the corner, has some help. Ball into the 18. And it's cleared out for a TwinStars throw-in. Ball on the wing. Hoof to defend. Does well to defend, but TwinStars earn themselves a corner kick.
Looks like the TwinStars aren't going to play short this time, actually dump it into the box.
Ball comes in, and it will stay in, but Will Kidd's able to kick that one out for a throw-in. Deep in their own defensive half for City. Ball goes back for the TwinStars. A little bit of danger here on the top of the box. We'll have a shot. Dipping over the bar.
That was a little bit of a sloppy defense from the Crows. They did not look really well organized right there. There was someone wide open at the top of the box.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty close chance. That might be the best chance of the game thus far for either side.
Yeah, it really is. Even though it's been really up and down, no one's, outside of that shot right there, no one's really had a great opportunity yet. No,
there hasn't been a ton of opportunities for either side, and neither goalie has really been tested here. TwinStars down the right wing again. Looks to be the preferred side to attack. On the byline, Hoof does well to block the cross. Benhart finds Brown. Gets blocked off from the ball. And it looks like it will be the first yellow card caution of the game. The TwinStars defender, the foul on Brown, blocked him off the ball. That was number 6, Deaconson, for the TwinStars, who is awarded the yellow card. And Elder will take the free kick here. Yeah, about halfway through the first half here, and it's been a pretty even affair. And like we said before, there hasn't been a ton of chances from either side.
I think that also kind of stems from a little bit of a sloppy play from both teams, really. Like, there's been a lot of poor passes in the defensive thirds from both teams, leading to some quick counterattacks.
City find themselves in the attack. And Lopez was tackled out, and it will be a throw-in for City. Stockman Willis to take. Finds Brown, but couldn't quite keep the ball. TwinStars go wide. Again, the pacey right side. Ball flicked on. TwinStars still in the attack. Cross in. Max Kent able to win. Hoofed will knot it on. City unable to clear the lines. And TwinStars retain possession.
Over the last about 5 to 10 minutes, the TwinStars have really started to kind of take control, really keeping City pinned into their own half.
Yeah, as the game has started to settle, certainly the TwinStars have started to look like the better side. Matt Elder collects that ball and he'll drop it to his feet. He goes long to Brown, and TwinStars player will win the ball out for a City throw-in. Charlie Adams to take. Miles Stockman-Willis is in the box. He's pushed down. The ref waves it off. That's a very close call, a decisive moment in the game.
It's hard to tell from up here, but it looked like there was not much ball gotten there on that tackle.
Yeah, the ref had to make a decision. I think his position and where he was in the box is going to cause the ref to not want to call a PK there.
And where the ref was, too, he had a good look at it, so he probably made the right call. Yeah.
He says play on. And again, Will Kidd on the left wing. He'll clip the ball in. Not quite one out. Again, unable to clear the TwinStars. Stockman-Willis finds the ball at his feet in the corner. Drops it to Brown. Do a little bit of footwork. He's in the corner. And he wins that corner for Minneapolis City. Abdallah Ba to take. Center backs rolling up. Ben Hart in the mix. Max Kent in the mix. I gotta imagine. Ball comes in. It's a deep one. Drops to Will Kidd. Unable to connect. Looked like he might have been trying to find Max Kent's feet. Charlie Adams looks for Ba. Drops it to Lopez. He'll go wide to Will Kidd. Finds Hooft into Ba. He turns upfield. A little bit of space in the corner. Tries to whip one in. Couldn't quite make it there to Will Kidd. TwinStars collect, and they find forward. Unfortunately, out of bounds. It will be a City throw-in. Charlie Adams to take.
Looks like the TwinStars have a lot of faith in their wingers and what they can do in one-on-one situations. Since they've been huffing the ball forward to them all game long.
Yeah, I think a lot of the attack has looked to come out of the wings. Charlie Adams with the defender. Close. He'll keep through Ian Smith. Finds Ben Hart. Knocks it forward to possibly Will Kidd. TwinStars able to collect. They find the ball in the middle of the field. Hoof defending. 3 City players able to dispossess, and they go forward. Stockman-Willis, and it's cleared by the TwinStars. That one's on to 94.
You don't see that every day, especially as a car driving on 94.
Ball's back in. Hoofed. Finds Lopez in the corner, a little bit of space. He'll turn up. Fakes the cross. And out for a, I believe it's a throw-in.
Ended up being a foul on City.
And TwinStars lucky to get out of that with a foul. And they'll lump the ball forward. Not quite what he was looking for as Ba finds the ball. Finds Brown in the middle. He beats one defender. Tacking through the midfield, have a go. Didn't quite connect, and Teskey's able to take that one very easily. He'll go wide. And right back at it, TwinStars are attacking down the left wing. Charlie Adams does well to defend, drives the TwinStars attacker backwards. TwinStars will keep possession. And Max Kett able to win the ball. Finds Ian Smith to Lopez. Does well to keep possession. Finds Ba, back to Lopez. Looking for Will Kidd through, but couldn't quite make it happen. TwinStars will keep the ball, and they'll go back into their defensive third with possession. Ball in for the Twin Stars, but it goes too long. Out for a Minneapolis City goal kick. Elder will go short to Kent, who turns up the field. He'll go big into Stockman Willis, who's applying pressure on the center backs. They go back to Teskey. Twin Stars retain possession. And they'll go big, but to no avail.
This game, really in the last few minutes, is trying to turn into boot ball. A lot of long balls being sent forward and really not too many connecting right now.
Yeah, there hasn't been a ton of direction to some of the big balls that have been coming in.
Seems like they're almost kicking it just to kick it right now.
It's a good day for it.
Beautiful weather.
That ball goes out for a Twin Stars throw-in. Twin Stars retain possession. Ball in to Darbaki, and Twin Stars able to have a little bit of a good string of possession here, building up the attack. Twin Stars has a go, dipping shot. Elder didn't look phased, but certainly a well-connected shot.
Twin Stars have really shown they're not afraid to take shots from outside the box. They'll give it a rip.
Elder will clear the lines. Benart, big win. Ian Smith, ball stays in the air, no possession gained by either side. Ba to battle. And looks to be a foul. And Twin Stars right away to restart, and they're out on the left wing with possession. Will Kidd recovering to defend. Charlie Adams battling as well. Has the better of the Twin Stars attacker. And the ref, again, letting the players play on. I think that was the right call. Charlie Adams had the better of him.
Yeah, the Twin Stars player really was hoping to get a foul out of it, but he just really got muscled off the ball. There wasn't much else to it.
And Ba on the attack.
Fortunately, looks like he was just a step offside.
Fine Stockman Willis, but he did look to be a step offsides. A good finish. You can see what he can do there before the whistle was blown again, but this one's called back.
That was a good piece of possession there for City, though, and hopefully they can keep it up here going forward.
The quick combinations look to be the success of both sides, really. The lumping it in has not been working for either side.
Not at all. Both teams are probably going to get their best chances off of quick 1-2s through the middle.
And Twin Stars will go long, but drops to Kevin Hooft. Go back to Matt Elder. With no pressure from the Twin Stars attackers. He'll go big. Finds a very open Whitney Brown with a little bit of space. And he'll go right by the Twin Stars defenders. Finds Stockman Willis, who's offsides again. Much closer. Hard to tell from up here. But looked to be a step offsides.
Twin Stars are getting very, very lucky with the calls right now.
Yeah, and I think that started with a pretty much perfect ball from Matt Elder finding Whitney Brown.
Really looks like City's really starting to find their foot again, getting into some good combination play.
Twin Stars will launch it forward. Max Kent, big win right back. Stockman Willis collects to Ba. A little bit of time. Finds Lopez. He'll keep through Brown. who finds Ian Smith. Lopez with a little bit of space, finds Brown. Again, ref letting the players play on. Brown thought he was clipped on the turn. TwinStars will find possession. Ba does well to win the ball in the middle third. Stockman Willis looks for Trey Benhart. It goes to Max Kent as City finds possession here. Kent, big ball in, looking for Will Kidd. And Will Kidd does find a little bit of the ball, applies pressure on, but TwinStars finding a little bit of space. Hoof does well to find Stockman Willis. But again, more players defending for TwinStars there, able to get the better of Stockman Willis, and they'll clear their lines. And it's out for a City throw-in.
These last few minutes, City has really started to kind of take control of the game again. You know, a lot more of the chances in possession.
TwinStars looking to go up the left wing, but falls to Charlie Adams for City. Charlie Adams, tough ball back for Matt Elder, and he'll clear his lines. Definitely the right call.
Backline for City has really played a risky game so far. A lot of dangerous balls.
Ba on the attack, finds Brown out wide. One defender, maybe two defenders beat. He'll go down the byline, looks to cross, and it's out for a TwinStars goal kick. Just a reminder, folks, Little Caesars is a proud sponsor of Minneapolis City. With over 40 locations around the Twin Cities, there's a hot and ready pizza near you. Download the app for great deals and more. TwinStars finds possession in their defensive third, and they'll launch it forward to no avail. Drops to Matt Elder as City collect with time and space. Max Kent will turn up the field. Finds Benhart. He'll go back to Kent. Back to Benhart. Lopez switches to Kent, who picks his head up. Looks for Will Kidd, who keeps possession. And a foul against the TwinStars. Quick restart. Will Kidd found Lopez, but I think they'll wish to have done more with the restart as Lopez fouls the TwinStars attacker, and that's a second yellow card of the game issued to Lopez. Not his second yellow card. That's the second yellow card of the game. TwinStars had an earlier one in the first half. It will be a free kick.
This game's really starting to pick up in physicality. Two quick fouls back to back right there.
Yeah, and I think City will wish that they slowed that specific restart down a little bit.
They definitely did not put themselves in a good place at all.
And City will look to defend. Will look to be a big ball coming in. Goes deep to the far corner. The TwinStars player was unmarked, and lucky that he wasn't quite able to connect, and Matt Elder will have a goal kick here.
Again, it kind of seems like City's back line just hasn't quite all been on the same page today.
Lopez up to challenge. TwinStars player looked to one, but goes out for a Minneapolis City throw-in. Hoof to take. Hoofed looking for Stockman Willis, who flicks onto Lopez. A little bit of space. Finds Will Kidd out wide. One defender to beat. Little stutter step. Will Kidd with the left foot. Unable to quite get around that one, but it looked good for Minneapolis City.
That was a good piece of build-up right there. Really had the TwinStars caught out there.
I think anytime you can get Will Kidd or Whitney Brown or any of the wingers for Minneapolis City with one defender to beat, they're going to be dangerous.
You really like City's chances when you get one of those guys one-on-one.
City pressing. But Teskey makes the smart decision, and he'll find his defender, and TwinStars retain possession. TwinStars down through the left, but couldn't quite connect. Goes out for a Minneapolis City throw-in. Charlie Adams looks forward for Stockman Willis. Was unable to find Ba. TwinStars again pick their heads up, and they're in the attacking third. Hoof to defend. Strike from the TwinStars, and it looks to be a goal. Kareem Darbaki, the left-footed strike, beats Matt Elder, and that's 1-0 to the Minnesota TwinStars.
With all the chances that it had been, with how up and down it had been, you could tell that a goal was going to come from one of the two teams sooner or later. And Darbaki just had a great piece of skill to get him open.
Yeah, I think again that the goal could have come from either side. I think TwinStars did well to connect very quickly, and City unfortunate to be the one getting that against. And again, I think that it adds to the toughness of the timing of that goal with about 5 minutes left in the half.
Just a very poor time. You never want to give up a goal right at the very end of a half.
You got to imagine they'll look to make this last 5 minutes pretty hectic, pretty frantic, try to get one back, but that's a pretty big goal for the Minnesota TwinStars.
This next 5 minutes in the first right after half are going to be big for City, because that's when a lot of the goals are scored, right at the beginning or end of halves, and they're going to need to pull one back to really keep their playoff hopes alive.
And it looks like City player down. Can't quite tell who it is right now.
Looked to be a studs-up tackle by the TwinStars, right to the knee area.
And it looked like there was didn't look like it. There was a substitution for Minneapolis City there after that goal. Isaac Friend, a.k.a. Goose, subbed in for, I believe, Whitney Brown on the left wing. And he'll provide even more attack for City. And I think after getting scored on, and especially knowing the circumstances of how important this game is, you got to imagine we'll see City really trying to put as much pace and as much attacking kind of force, if you will, up front. And I think that Goose definitely will provide that.
Yeah, especially going forward, if the 1-0 scoreline persists, it'll be interesting to see if City changes up their formation at all to really push for one more in the second half.
Yeah, and it looks like Ian Smith, the City holding midfielder, is the player down, and he's been down for a while. But it looked to just be there were no caution issued by the referee. I'm not sure a foul was even called by the referee. So
I don't think there was one, which is kind of surprising because it didn't look like a good tackle from either player.
And I'd say generally the ref's had a good game. He's had a good game today. There's been no major issues, but yeah, it's unfortunate to see Ian Smith slow to get up. Hopefully he's okay. It looks like he's walking slowly but surely. But we'll see if he continues or if they will use a substitution or not.
From the looks of of the city bench, another reason that Goose might have been brought on was Whitney Brown doesn't look, his injury from earlier in the half doesn't look to be doing too well for him. Looks like he has trouble moving his leg right now.
Yeah, I didn't even look to really notice that, but that's a great call out. And again, if he's unable to continue getting another city attacker in as soon as possible, like Goose seems to be a fan favorite here, is a great idea. Looks to be that the TwinStars players are going to kick the ball back to Eller. Scratch that. There was a foul called. No caution issued, and Bob will take. Bob will look to load this one in. Big ball in. Stockman Willis up to challenge, but Teskey able to collect a good grab by the keeper.
Seems that Teskey has pretty good range, and if they're going to keep getting free kicks in that area, they're going to have some more driven balls because he'll get the floaters all day.
And TwinStars find the ball, but unable to keep out for a city throw-in. Charlie Adams to take. Goes quickly. Ref stops the play. Not quite sure, just to have a chat, it looks like, with Darbaki in the middle. And
the ref signals for 2 minutes of stoppage time here.
Ian Smith returns to the game. And that ball goes out for a TwinStars throw-in. Ian Smith moving a little bit slow. Definitely still feeling the effects of that challenge a couple moments ago. We'll probably see the TwinStars start to launch it here as they try to get out of this half. As that ball's clipped forward, Max Kent will clear it out for TwinStars throw-in.
I think they're definitely going to keep playing to the corners. They don't want to risk giving up a goal within the last 2 minutes of the half.
Benhart finds Kent. Kent will go big, but again, unable to find a city attacker. As the ball drops to the TwinStars, they'll go back to the keeper. TwinStars give away in their own defended third. This is Goose on the wing. Does well to get through a couple defenders, but couldn't quite finish the dribble. Ball still in that defensive third, but able to get out. Ian Smith does well to track back, and he'll find Max Kent. And the ref blows for halftime. Score here, Minnesota TwinStars 1, Minneapolis City 0. It's been a pretty exciting half.
Definitely has been exciting. A lot of up and down soccer, and if City wants to come out of here with a win, they need to just put something better together in the final third. They just haven't had great connections right there to finish off plays.
Yeah, and the difference there was Darbaki, who scored the one for the Minnesota TwinStars, but again, both attacks coming from the wing. And I think you'll see the second half with the way and the importance of this game. Minneapolis City will really be gunning for 2 goals here.
Yeah, I think playing a little crisper will be good too.
All right, so we'll be back when the second half returns. to Augsburg College in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We are just about underway for the second half of Minneapolis City SC versus the Minnesota TwinStars. The sun's gone down a bit. It's cooled off. The players should be ready to run. I imagine we'll see City come out and they will be attacking. They will be looking for goals. This is a must-win game for them. This second half should be exciting.
No, I definitely agree. And looking here at half, looks like City made a substitution, taking Ian off the field with his injury, and pushed. They push up.
Looks like Max Kent as the holding midfielder, and they've subbed in AJ Abers into the center back. So again, a little bit larger force. Maybe slightly less technical, but he will certainly be a body in that defensive center midfield spot. And we're underway. Goose finds the ball, dribbles into the middle, but couldn't quite keep it. TwinStars win the ball back. Ba pressing. Again, a little bit of time for the TwinStars. They'll go out to the left back. And ball stays in. Finds their holding midfielder back to the center back, who looks very direct, but Charlie Adams, easy header, falls to Max Kent. And AJ Abers will win that ball out. This is Ba. A little bit of trickery. Finds Stockman Willis with space in the middle. He turns up. Looks for Will Kidd through. He's on sides. Space on the byline. And couldn't quite find a connection as Teskey's able to grapple that one up.
That's a good start for City, though. They are going to need to keep that type of pressure on City, or the TwinStars. They're going to try and steal a win here.
Certainly for the remainder of the half, or at least until they have 2 goals. This is Stockman Willis. Hoofed on the ball. He's able to find Goose to Lopez. Goes for a no-look pass, but TwinStars player unable to clear. Ba finds Kidd. But again, ball spills out, and Hoof has to launch it forward.
The battle between Chad Miller, the right back right now for the TwinStars, and Will Kidd will be one to watch this half. They were really going at it last half, and it seems to have already started again this half.
Looks like we have a stoppage, head injury, so the ref will stop the play. Wanted to send a quick shout out to sporting director John Bisworm's dad, Andy, who is recovering at home from surgery. We know he's watching. We wish him a fast path to a full recovery. So big shout out to you. Big shout out to all those watching. But specifically, Andy, hope you're doing well. And we're here with a little bit of stoppage early on in the second half of this Twin Cities matchup between Minneapolis City SC and the TwinStars, as there's a head injury, so the player will have to leave the field. And Hoof will restart with Benart. Goes to Albers, excuse me. Finds Adams wide. Looks forward to Goose. But is able to get the ball picked off him. TwinStars in the middle with time. They'll possess a lot of possession for the TwinStars, have been in that defensive third, but they'll go forward here to the corner with space. It's kept in and dribbled out of bounds. That will be a City throw-in.
TwinStars really haven't looked to connect through their forwards. They just, once they're swinging around a few times the back, they're really looking to hit one of their wingers into space.
Bernard looks forward for Stockman Willis, who is bumped, unable to keep the ball, but he'll look to defend. Ba there. Wins the ball, getting chased. Goes out for a TwinStars throw-in. TwinStars to throw. And this is Darbaki again on his left, but couldn't connect. Albers a little lackadaisical there, but looks to be the TwinStars attacker was offsides, and it's a quick restart for City.
Again, even in the start of the second half, the back line has been not very crisp with their passes, and it really could cost them if they keep this up.
This is Hoofed on the left wing. He whips the ball in, looking for Will Kidd, but couldn't quite connect. Looks better from City. Will be a throw-in for the TwinStars.
Looks like the TwinStars outside backs just switched sides. Maybe trying to find a matchup they're looking for.
Yeah, and I think we'll see. I think it looks like the City attackers also swapped. So yeah, maybe like you were saying before, they want Chad Miller defending Will Kidd. Kevin Hoof does well to defend. Drops to the TwinStars. Darbaki on the ball. Looks to clip wide. Ball goes right over Adams' head, just barely, and it is out for a TwinStars corner kick. Two players over the ball for this TwinStars corner. They'll whip it in to the backside. Free man, it looked to be, but again, he couldn't quite connect.
Second time he's been back post and had a decent looking goal.
Yeah, I think it was Cordon was the player, and yeah, he was the same player that was attacking in the first half on their corner, so I think City will want to keep an eye on him. He seems to be the only real aerial threat on those kind of large clipped balls in, whether it be a corner kick or a restart. Substitution for Minneapolis City. Martin Brown coming in for Lopez. Martin Brown's famous left foot from the free kick. If Minneapolis City are able to win one, we'll likely see it here tonight. Albers, the defensive effort, unable to connect the Stockman Willis, but battling there. Goes out for a TwinStars throw-in. TwinStars able to get out to that right wing. Hoof defending, but looks like his mind was moving a little bit quicker than his feet there as he dribbles the ball out of bounds. This is Matt Elder kick.
City should really look to attack down the left side of the field with Cordon really getting forward right now. Really leaving space for Goose to attack.
Ba finds Brown. Goose goes to Stockman Willis, who's down the left side. He's on the byline with a little bit of space, crosses it in. Teskey, very good hands to not spill that ball. In
the little action that he's had, he's been fairly impressive.
Certainly has not dropped the ball or any crosses that have come into his hands, actually. That ball goes out for a TwinStars throw-in. They'll go back. Martin Brown pressing with Ba. City still pressing, but TwinStars able to relieve a little bit of that pressure as they go through the middle and out wide to Gordon. TwinStars a little bit of time on the ball. Looks to lump it in. Albers has easy pickings of that one. Finds Will Kidd, who unable to find Stockton Willis through, but Brown gets the ball with space. He finds Goose through, and that's a tough one to ask of Goose to catch up to that.
It looked like Brown almost held it on for a little too long. He couldn't pick out the option that he wanted.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he thought he might have been offsides, actually, with that little hesitation there. Will be a TwinStars goal kick. Teskey to take. Martin Brown wins the ball. Falls to Will Kidd. Couldn't quite get it through. TwinStars still looking to attack. Albers able to cut that through ball out. But the TwinStars will dump that deep for a Minneapolis City throw-in. This is Charlie Adams. Ref stops the play. I thought it was for a substitution, but it looks like that will wait for Minneapolis City as he just backed up the throw. Ba to defend. Ref plays advantage as Goose is on the left wing. One or two players to beat. Ba will go wide to Brown and couldn't quite make the connection there. It is a City throw-in. Goes back to Hooft. A lot of time. Ba. Back to Benhart. This is Albers. Into Stockman Willis's feet. Charlie Adams looks forward for Max Kent. Unable to make that connection. TwinStars looking for a quick counter. And he's through. Matt Elder is the only man back. And unfortunately, they go down. And the TwinStars score a goal. 2-0 to the away side. Again, a little bit of miscommunication from the center backs, and the line wasn't quite there.
Looks like they got pulled very wide there, and just the ball that got misplayed backwards. Wasn't good communication between the back line.
Yeah, and I believe it was one of the, couldn't quite tell, but maybe one of the wide backs that kept him on, which makes it pretty tough when the center backs are up and a wide back is a little bit deeper. But that's a tough one to give up for Minneapolis City. Looks like a substitution. It's a double change. Nick Hines for Kevin Hooft at left back and
Aaron Olson for
Charlie Adams at right back. So looks like fresh legs. I think, again, they'll be trying to press up. I imagine both wingers will be getting as far forward as they can for Minneapolis City as Benhart gets on the ball. He finds
both of the outside backs who just came on for City have very attacking presence bringing into the game. So it looks like it's a very much tactical change for City right now.
As Will Kidd is played in, he's in the box, cross it back. Ooh, he's unlucky to keep that ball in play. It will be a goal kick for the TwinStars. TwinStars opt for the short option. Big ball in. Alber's able to win, but second one drops to the TwinStars attackers. Another ball through, but Aaron Olson does very well to defend that last-ditch effort and keep this game at 2-0. That very easily could have been 3-0.
The back line so far today has been very shaky for Minneapolis City. They have not really looked confident on the ball and have been giving up some pretty decent chances recently.
Yeah, and I think going forward, I don't know if it'll be shaky as we continue through the second half, but they will be looking to risk most things to try and get two goals to equalize and a third one to go ahead. The quick restart drops to Nick Hines as he looks forward for Goose. Goose with two men on him does very well to keep the ball. Ben Hart clears, be a deep throw for TwinStars.
When looking forward to the rest of the game, even if they can't pull out a win, getting at least a point here would do wonders for their push for the playoffs.
Yeah, I think a loss definitely absolutely hurts them more than anything else. But yeah, any points at this point, when you're down 2-0, it's going to be crucial.
Going into the game, I know they would have been very disappointed to only come away with a draw, but looking at it now, if they can get within 2 points of first place going into the last day.
And Goose goes down very hard on that foul. Looked to have fallen right on his hip, and he's pretty slow to get up. Again, an awkward fall, a tough fall for him, but he's back up, slowly moving. Max Kent, AJ Albers up for this kick. City being very risky going forward, as they should be. Ball comes in. It's one out by TwinStars. They have a player down in their back line, but they're trying to counter. Nick Hines with the win. It will be a TwinStars throw-in. That TwinStars defender looks to be up. Darbaki on the ball. Nick Hines unable to win it. Defends. Nick Hines finds Martin Brown in the middle, who goes out wide to Will Kidd. Back to Brown. He'll turn forward with a little bit of space. City has numbers forward here. Big ball from Brown to Stockman Willis, but unable to make that connection. Max Kent wins the ball. He clips to what looked to have been Miles Stockman Willis, but not quite connected there. Nick Hines pinged that one into Stockman Willis's knees about, so he did well to deal with it. And Will Kidd's cross, I think it was deflected out by the TwinStars player, so it will be a City throw-in.
City is doing a really good job of keeping the TwinStars pinned in right now, but unless they can find that final pass to really give them a look at goal, this game's probably going to stay at 2-0.
Goose has a go with his left foot, collected by Teskey. I think you're right, though. I think they need to keep pushing forward, and that's where maybe the substitution of Ian Smith, probably on injury, but we'll come back to that in a second as TwinStars again are through, and it over the bar, very, very close. Again, that high risk, high reward now for City as they're pushing all of their numbers forward. The TwinStars have had lots of counterattack opportunities. Their second goal was a counterattack opportunity. That one was nearly a third. But they'll want to have a defensive center midfielder in front of the back line to deal with that as the wing backs keep going up. TwinStars find possession, but Ba fouls, and it will be a free kick. Probably no rush from the TwinStars here. TwinStars looking for feet. Will Kidd on the ball. Again, ref says play on. What looked to be a foul, maybe a push in the back.
As this game has gone on, the physicality has definitely gone up. It's looking more and more like WWE fight with Brock Lesnar, who's celebrating his birthday today, actually.
Fun facts with Brett Ledoux. That's a good one. And I think you'll see as City continues to edge forward for those 3 goals rather, they're going to be doing pretty much anything to get it. Martin Brown, brilliant ball into Goose. Can't quite connect. Teskey's off his line. Unable to fully clear the lines, but he got the ball high enough up to where the defense can reset. Will Kidd looks to slot through Miles Brown, and they were just unconnected. That could have been... He could have been through, but looks like we'll have a stoppage as a TwinStars defender is down. They'll kick the ball out.
Looks just to be a cramp in the calf.
Reminder, folks, Summit Brewing is a proud sponsor of Minneapolis City. Get $2 off Twin Cities Pioneering Craft Beer at the Viking Bar after all home games. Just show your ticket. Summit, a more meaningful brew since 1986. And today, with it being the last home game, it's your last chance to bring that ticket stub in. TwinStars player looking very slow to get up. Can't tell if they're gonna take him off the field or use a substitution, but yeah, it looks like he's certainly coming off the field. But I don't believe the TwinStars have subbed the player off for now.
It'd be the way he's coming off. It'd be really hard to see him coming back on. It doesn't look like he can even walk under his own power right now.
Yeah, you'd think with a 2-goal lead, you'd want to protect the cushion, probably sub the injured player off, but we'll see how they proceed on this one.
Especially with it being their center back too. We definitely want, with how much speed City has up top right now, they wouldn't want to risk having a injured player patrolling the back.
And it looks like they do sub in a new center back. TwinStars will go forward, but that ball goes out for a throw.
They haven't actually put someone in yet. It looks like their holding mid has just slid back for the time being.
That is my fault as the ball goes wide to Nick Hines. Finds Max Kent with a lot of time. He goes big for Will Kidd and just unable to connect there. Pretty close, but it does look like a TwinStars player touched it as it was going out. And we'll see City load up as many players in the box here. Looks like they'll have to keep 2 back as the TwinStars are going to keep 2 high. This is a critical moment for Minneapolis City as Martin Brown is over the ball.
You can tell that they're really trying to push for a goal here, because leaving only 2 back with 2 up top is a very risky move.
And that ball falls right to Teskey. Again, a City player wasn't able to get in front of that near post, and the keeper was able to collect. TwinStars play quickly to get forward with the ball, and Albers is able to win it. Olsen finds Brown, and Stockman Willis nods it on to Will Kidd. A lot of space and time in the corner. He's driving at the TwinStars defender, cuts it back. He plays it across the middle. Stockman Willis turns up. He's in the 18. He curls it in, but to no avail. That goes wide for a goal kick.
The attacks are starting to finally look better from City. They are getting a lot better chances right now.
Yeah, and I think that last ball from Will Kidd is just that one missing element, but everything looked very good from City on that last push forward.
Just doesn't seem like City's been totally in sync today. They're just slightly off as a team.
Yeah, with the amount of possession, and I'd say it's leaned probably 60-40 in favor of the TwinStars. City will look to try and be a little bit more engaged as this half continues, but I would agree. The possession is probably leaned more towards the Minneapolis TwinStars on this one. Olsen finds Ba in the middle, or looks to find Ba, and Kent will collect. He's dispossessed in the middle. Stockman Willis giving a little bit of pressure.
Teskey showing off the ex-field player skills.
Ba goes forward to Stockman Willis, who slots through Goose, who's just blocked by Teskey.
Great foot save by him.
Good attack by City. Even better save by Teskey. They're unable to get one back.
And there goes down another TwinStars player in the back.
Yeah, I believe it was the same player that was down earlier. It might be time for a substitution here. And like you said before, he wasn't actually subbed out last time. I misspoke. And so we'll see how he turns up.
He's walking very gingerly on that left leg.
Another reminder, folks, Goya Foods is the premier source of authentic Latino cuisine and a proud sponsor of Minneapolis City, the largest Hispanic-owned food company in the United States. Goya products are available in your favorite supermarket. Looks like there was a substitution now, I believe.
Look like number 9, who is going to slot up top for the TwinStars, and their holding mid is moving back to center back from the looks of it.
Darbaki will play a big ball in. Goes for his first touch of the game. The substitute. Albers not quite able to clear. And TwinStars throwing. Finds Darbaki in the middle. Space and time. He'll shoot.
Very ambitious effort from Darbaki.
Looks like
another double substitution for City.
I believe it's Carlson for Kidd. Stevenson, excuse me, for Kidd. And Wexler for Ba. Brown goes wide to Olsen. Finds Stevenson, who turns up. Goes back out wide to Olsen. A little bit of time. Beats the defender. He's in the box, looking for a City attacker. Spills out to Martin Brown, but City unable to connect forward as TwinStars are on the break.
And again, City just can't find that final pass to give him a good look at goal.
Cross in. Ben Hart wins it, finds Wexler, who goes to Kent. He touches it to Olsen. He goes back to Kent. Big ball in to Stockman Willis, who could be through here. Touch on. He's still going. And maybe a push in the back, but the ref is not going to call that a PK. Teskey does well to come out. TwinStars, quick restart in their forward.
Going forward, City should really continue to test the right center back for the TwinStars. It doesn't look like he is very natural at center back and will leave space for City to continue to attack him.
Stevenson unable to connect with Stockman Willis there. Olsen comes to defend. He'll keep the ball in play. And he's called for the foul. Again, he raised that arm up just a little bit as a defender is running to their own goal, and the ref has to call that one. Olsen, another win, goes out for a TwinStars throw-in. Throw in for the TwinStars. They'll keep possession. Martin Brown to defend. Forces a big ball out of the TwinStars center back. Wexler to chase. But again, the ball drops to the TwinStars attackers. Albers with the big step. And he looks very quickly for Stevenson in the corner, and that gets cleared for a Minneapolis City throw-in.
I'm a little surprised with the TwinStars game plan right now. It seems that both their outside backs are continuing to really push forward, and with a 2-goal lead, you think they would really start to hold back and really secure the lead.
Yeah, they really haven't turned off the gas as they continue to look for goals. Stevenson will turn up, finds Olsen wide, looks to cross. He'll stay on the ball. Crosses with his left foot, and no City player there, unfortunately, to challenge. And clearance from the TwinStars. Albers tried to keep it, is unable to, and it's knocked off him for a TwinStars throw-in. TwinStars able to keep possession and go out the other side, but it's given away to Wexler, who keeps through Nick Heinz. He finds Kent in the middle with space. Looks wide to Olsen, but doesn't quite put enough pace on it. The front three for City, again, not quite defending here as the game slows down and TwinStars are able to keep the ball. Lumping it in, though. Elder's able to connect. Elder goes big. Stockman Willis up for the challenge. It drops for a City throw-in. This is Heinz to take. He finds Goose, who's unable to keep possession. But again, neither is the TwinStars as a City throw-in. Heinz finds Stockman Willis, who's pushed off the ball. It will be a free kick for City. They will load up the box. They're going to probably keep back 2 as they have been.
City definitely needs to continue going at number 6. He does not look comfortable playing center back right now.
I think if you're Martin Brown, you want to drop this one right in front of the 6, probably bouncing.
If he's putting an outswinger in.
Wexler will flick on. Ball still in the box. It's not cleared. Stockman Willis gets chased down by a defender who is able to slightly clear the lines, but it drops to Goose, who finds Heinz. Kent in the middle to Wexler. This is Goose. Goes wide to Brown on his left foot. He finds Wexler with space. He'll go to his left and have a go. Teskey able to catch. Unfortunately, that one Shot right towards the keeper's hands. Teskey didn't have to work too hard for that.
Teskey's had a good showing, but City also hasn't overly challenged him. A lot of the best opportunities City's had have been right at his hands.
Kent finds Albers, center back. Stevenson with a lot of space forward. Just dispossessed there by TwinStars player as Kent defends, but TwinStars unable to connect on the counterattack. Nick Heinz finds Wexler on the left wing. This is Goose attacking. He bounces off two of the players, has a go with his right, and Teskey, first example of not keeping the ball there, is able to make the save, but it will drop for a Minneapolis City corner.
Goose had some good dip on that ball, and it would have been very impressive if he would have been able to hold it.
Yeah, I'm thinking City will have wished to have tested Teskey's diving abilities earlier as the ball comes in, and Teskey's able to grab that again. They'll quickly restart out the right wing. TwinStars have numbers. It's a 3-on-3 as they come with attack. Heinz to defend.
They're gonna look to switch.
A lot of space for the TwinStars attacker on the left wing. He finds another attacker, Goose defending. Olsen's able to keep it, but again, City unable to really clear their lines as TwinStars will find the ball with quite a bit of space as City isn't pressing. Olsen with the challenge. Here comes Albers and Kent. Kent blocking the shot. Drops to Nick Heinz. He finds Wexler in the middle. Goes to Stockman Willis, who nods it on to Heinz. And it drops for a City throw-in. Heinz goes to Kent, who's got space and time, but the TwinStars defenders are back with 10. Olsen chips it through for Goose maybe. Awkward ball, and it has to be cleared for a Minneapolis City corner.
It's going to be very hard for City going forward. Looks like the TwinStars are sitting 9 or 10 guys behind the ball at all times.
Yeah, I think their best option or attack is definitely through the wings, but as quick as possible. Stockman Willis to take the corner. Benart rolls up. Albers rolls up. Stevenson's in the mix. You got to imagine Benart or Stevenson's who you're looking for. And it's wasted, unfortunately, by Stockman Willis, and it's a goal kick.
As we get down into the close to about the final 5 to 10 minutes of the game, City's really going to need a wonder goal, kind of like James Rodriguez in the World Cup, who also is celebrating his birthday today. 26. He turns 26-year-old, and he just completed a move to Bayern Munich, which could really revive his career.
Didn't realize that was finalized, but again, good facts on birthdays for those famous people, as Albers, the big challenge as it goes for a TwinStars throw-in. They'll get the ball right away in with no City player attacking. Darbaki, the big ball, goes to Gordon on the corner, who's able to keep Wexler hunting it down. Big ball in, but Elder's able to collect. Elder with the big ball to Stevenson, who's up, but unable to win. But Goose is able to drop forward. He keeps the ball. Just wide of Martin. Martin approaching the top of the 18, flicks through Goose, and is unable to knock that one back across the 6.
And that's just another example of what's been missing for City tonight. They've had some very close looks, but they're just not getting that final connection to go.
Yeah, they've looked dangerous in the final third, but they haven't been able to connect on that final ball to really test Teskey. Olsen to challenge. Albers will lump it forward. Max Kent to challenge, but TwinStars able to keep possession as they go forward. Nick Heinz, big win. And a very ambitious strike from about 30 yards out. It will be a goal kick for Minneapolis City. Elder goes quick to Heinz, who finds Wexler on the wing. Stockman Willis slots Goose through. One defender to beat for the byline. Cross and Heskey is able to collect again. Teskey will go forward. Albers is able to easily win that ball to Olsen, who finds Kent in the middle, who is dispossessed as TwinStars are looking for that third goal. They keep going forward. Olsen pings a ball to Stockman Willis's chest. He's able to keep it, but Goose just dispossessed in the middle. And TwinStars are through. Again, too big of a touch from the attacker as Elder's able to collect that. He'll go wide to Nick Heinz. Here's a chance for City. Nick Heinz keeps driving forward. Stockman Willis. He'll go wide to Wexler. Wexler chips a ball in. This is Goose. And it's blocked by Heinz. Heinz still on the ball. And just blocked again. Heinz a couple chances to make it 2-1.
That was actually not Heinz. That was Schmidt. I'm seeing that right?
Oh, it was a Stevenson, excuse me. You're right. It was not Heinz. I couldn't quite tell. Whoever it was, Stevenson, Heinz, couple chances in the middle, unable to finish. And that one went wide for a goal kick. I thought it was deflected, but
that would have made the last few minutes very interesting if they would have been able to find the back of the net there.
yeah, with about 2 minutes left, City will try to push. If they can get a goal here, they can still kind of keep that last stoppage minutes interesting for sure. This is Wexler.
And with the injuries, there's bound to be 4 or 5 minutes stoppage time here.
Stockman Willis on the corner. He's got 2 defenders to come and help. Goes back to Wexler. Finds Max Kent about 25 yards out. Max Kent goes wide to Wexler. Didn't have a ton of options there. Wexler chips to Stevenson, who turns up, faces goal, slots Wex. He thought he was offsides. I think he was on, though.
At this point, he might as well play. At this point, he might as well play the ball. If he gets called off, he gets called off.
Yeah, I think that's a lot closer than he realized. The wide back, I think, kept him on there. City would love to a redo there as Martin Brown is on the ball. He'll go right by the TwinStars defender. Stevenson flicks to Stockman Willis. He flicks it back. He faces up. Stevenson with the rip. Just wide, but a very strong shot from Stevenson. And Teskey's looking like he's going to take his time with this goal kick. He goes short out the right side. Albers pushing forward. Stockman Willis, City has numbers here. Stockman Willis able to get around it. And TwinStars unable to really clear. Albers looked to just flick it on for anybody, but no City player there.
The clock has struck 0, and I did not see the indication of how much stoppage time, but I would assume with the injuries that we'll get a few minutes worth.
Yeah, City will look to make the most of it. But for now, it's TwinStars on the attack in the box. Elder is able to make a big save. And the TwinStars unable to capitalize on the rebound. Wexler will play it wide to Stockman Willis. Stockman Willis turns up. Plenty of City players forward, but just a bit too direct as Teskey collects. Big ball in for the TwinStars. Just falls out of bounds. Heinz quick throw to Max Kent, who drops it back to Olsen. Goes wide to Heinz. Heinz unable to connect. But TwinStars give it away to Olsen, who finds Goose going forward. This is Stevenson on the right wing. He wins a corner for City.
It looks like City's going to push just about everyone forward for this.
Yeah,
it might be their last real opportunity of the game.
This could be the last kick, last chance here. One defender back for City. Martin Brown's left foot to take. Probably aiming for Bernard here. He's had success on the corner. Ball lofted in and unable to find a City player.
TwinStars look to take their time and really try to waste out the clock and get away with a victory today.
Yeah, there isn't a whole lot left. I think both sides know it. City looking to take the pedal off the gas a little bit. Max Kett wins that. Stockman Willis nods it on to Stevenson. And an errant back pass. Stevenson looked to chip Teskey, but unable to connect there. Again, a little miscue from the TwinStars defender. Teskey goes wide. And offside's called by the TwinStars. City will look to get forward probably as soon as they can. Olsen plays to Kent, who goes wide to Heinz.
Heinz is not having a good game. Can't find his touch today.
Unlucky to go out of bounds there.
He did just come off of 90 minutes of an intense game yesterday in men's league, so I don't blame him for being a little dead.
Heinz finds Kent. Kent looks to chip through, but unable to find a City player. TwinStars attacking here still. And a foul called on Albers. Didn't look like there was too much in it. Maybe the arm raised is what caused it, but it will be a free kick. And you got to imagine after this one, the ref's going to blow his whistle 3 times. City put 5 in the wall. They leave 2 high. Shot is over the bar. It will be a goal kick for Matt Elder.
Well, looking forward for City, if this result stays the way it does. They're technically not out of the playoff race yet, but they are going to need a lot of help. First off, they're going to need to beat Med City this coming Saturday in Rochester. And then they're going to need both VSLT and Duluth FC to lose their games. So technically they're not out of it yet, but the odds are not looking in their favor with not getting any type of points out of today's game.
Yeah, sounding like not feasible, but not impossible. Obviously, the result here, if it holds, is a tough one, but all they can do is go to Rochester and hope for 3 points on Saturday. That ball goes out for a goal kick as Elder will take a kick. It looks like the referee is issuing a yellow card
To Goose?
to Goose, I believe. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what was in that one. Martin Brown chasing down Darbaki, who's able to find possession in the middle. Olsen cuts it out. Looked for Wexler's feet maybe, but unable to connect. TwinStars attacking down the right wing. A lot of space. Slotted across. And Olsen just able to clear that off the line for a corner kick. That was very close to an own goal. He did very well to save that out for a corner. And they'll go short. Wexler cuts that one out very quickly. And he tried to find Nick Hines in the middle, but he didn't. And the ref blows 3 whistles. That's our game, folks. TwinStars 2, Minneapolis City 0. What'd you think, Brett?
Disappointing result for City. They definitely played well enough overall to get a win, but they just could not find the final ball to get good looks on Teskey, and that was really the difference.
Yeah, I thought it was a very back and forth game. I think possession was probably edged by the TwinStars, but again, there were plenty of opportunities. That final test of Teskey, though, is not what came, and when Goose was able to test him, he did drop the ball, so unlucky to come up with the result, but they'll be looking for a win as they go down to Rochester.
Yep. Well,
so that's pretty much all we got here. Again, that final result, Minneapolis City 0, TwinStars 2. And there you have it. Good stuff.
Viking bar where you can show your member card or your ticket stub for just $2 off your $2 off of your first beer.